What is up, guys? Thick Cactus here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and today we are going to be showcasing 5 of some of the best, most insane, most cracked out PvE weapons in all of Destiny 2 that are all going away in 1 month. But don't worry, we're going to be offering replacements for all of them. And so, let's get started. Now, yes, these weapons we're going to be showcasing today are sunsetting when Destiny 2 Beyond Light, or the Season of the Hunt, season ends, which is going to be February 9th, and then the new season begins. So all of these weapons, their infusion caps are 1260, which is the maximum right now. So that means when the new season hits, yes, you can still use them in stuff like strikes or older PvE activities, but you won't be able to utilize them in whatever the new endgame activities are, the updated nightfalls, all of that stuff, and so most people are simply going to delete these or put them in their vaults and move on to weapons that are still infusible. Which means the sun is setting on Season of Dawn, which had, as you're going to see, some of the most insane weapon rolls out there. Let's just get it started here at no particular order with number 5, and here we have the Martyr's Retribution grenade launcher. So this, at the time, was the only wave frame grenade launcher in the entire game. Essentially, unlike other grenade launchers, other legendary grenade launchers, where you're going to have to hold the trigger and then release to detonate the projectile or get a good bounce shot, this one will explode as soon as it hits the ground, and then the damage will spread forward, kind of like a thermite grenade for the Titan, which means that after some getting used to, this thing is absolutely devastating. Like, you can really line up a shot that gets 5-6 red bars killed with a single shot. It's actually incredible. Not only that, but the rolls on this weapon were insane. Mine has auto-loading holster, which is super good for these one-shot grenade launchers. Whip it out, take a shot, go back to your primary or heavy, do whatever you need to do, and then the next time you encounter a bunch of enemies where a grenade launcher would be great, whip it out, it's reloaded, shoot another shot. And it also has Demolitionist, so all of those kills are getting you more grenade energy. Grenades are fantastic to have, and Demolitionist also means that when you throw a grenade, you instantly reload your magazine. So with a grenade launcher, you can shoot, throw a grenade, and shoot really fast for a pretty sizable chunk of damage in a short period of time. If that all wasn't enough, the icing on the cake for this weapon is the fact that it's solar, which means it actually works with the Wrath of Rasputin armor mod, which means that solar explosive damage, which this emits, can create war mine cells. So you don't even have to have Seraph weapons, you can just use this. But there is a fantastic replacement, which is the just added this season Deafening Whisper grenade launcher. Now that thing, unfortunately, it's not solar, so it can't get war mine cells, but it's the only other wave frame grenade launcher, so it gets all of those type of benefits. And it also has some amazing rolls. It can actually get Ambitious Assassin, so after just like 1 kill, when you reload, you then have 2 rounds in the magazine, and that is pretty much unheard of for special grenade launchers. And it can also get Wellspring to get all of your abilities back, not just focused on grenades. But it's time to move on to weapon number 4, and that is the Breachlight Sidearm. Oh my goodness! This thing's roll is beyond disgusting for PvE, because with Season of Dawn, Bungie actually let Demolitionist spawn in the first perk column. After that point, they realized how good that was, and it's now segregated to the second perk column every single time. But that means the Breachlight can get Demo plus Rampage, or Vorpal, or multi-kill clip. So it can get Demo as like a support perk and a damage increasing perk, and that combo is again absolutely filthy, because not only are you getting all of those amazing benefits of demolitionist, more grenades, reloading your entire magazine when you throw a grenade, all of that stuff, but you're also increasing the lethality of your weapon with something like rampage. And when you get rampage times 3, what better way to reload than just to yeet your grenade out and you've got that full magazine almost instantly. So there's no need for a reload perk. Demo acts like your reload perk. Not to mention that all of this comes on top of the fact that this is a pretty unique aggressive burst archetype, which means it fires a 2-round burst, which means it's a little bit easier to use than your traditional sidearm, and this thing is capable of pumping out a lot of shots pretty darn fast. Now, as for a replacement for this weapon, well, it's actually a new weapon from Europa, the High Albedo. This is also a kinetic sidearm, and this can get Ambitious Assassin plus Demolitionist. And you'll see Demo again in that right column this time. Now, of course, this isn't as good as getting a damage bonus from Rampage. However, Ambitious Assassin is pretty darn good here. If you get a magazine extending perk and then put on backup mag, as you can see I have base 42 rounds in the magazine, and when using this weapon you'll commonly get up to like 60 rounds in the magazine, all getting you more grenade energy and then again getting that instant reload possibility. But moving on to weapon number 3, we have the Trophy Hunter Energy Sniper Rifle. So this, when it was introduced, was absolutely incredible because Vorpal Weapon was actually added with Season of Dawn, but mostly it was spawning on primaries. This was a sniper rifle that not only could get Vorpal Weapon for increased boss and elite damage, but also had triple tap and could get appended and extended mag. So if you got that combo, it means you're normally 3 rounds in a magazine aggressive frame sniper is now doing 15% more damage to a boss with every shot and is capable of getting 7 rounds in a row if you have a magazine of 5 and combine that with all precision shots with triple tap, and that was really, really good. I don't think this saw as much play as, frankly, it deserved, but I certainly brought it into a lot of Nightfalls in its day. Now, as for a replacement, unlike most of the other weapons we're looking at today, the Trophy Hunter has just an outright better replacement, and that is the Secession Deepstone Crypt Raid Snipe Rifle. This thing exists in the same archetype. It can also get Vorpal Weapon for more damage, but it has much better than triple tap Reconstruction, which slowly reloads it over time. So if you get that 5-round magazine with the Succession, you'll get to 10 rounds in the magazine because of Reconstruction. And even if you forego that and put on something like a boss spec mod and only have 4 rounds, you're still gonna go up to 8, which is still more than hitting literally all precision shots with triple tap. So that has completely replaced the Trophy Hunter, thankfully, and if you like this sniper, you definitely want to get the Secession. Moving on from there, the next weapon we're looking at is the old-fashioned legendary kinetic hand cannon. So, like the Breachlight, this was capable of getting Demolitionist in that left column, and it could also get explosive payload. Now, for the other weapons, I've talked about how good Demolitionist is, and all of the same things apply here. But explosive payload is really, really powerful on this weapon, because, for those who don't know, the explosive damage of this perk doesn't have a damage fall off. So that means like 50-60% of the shot is set aside as explosive damage. The rest of the damage will still go down as the range gets further and further, but the explosive damage does the same damage no matter if the enemy is right in front of you or literally across the map. And that means that this old-fashioned absolutely snipes enemies. This was my go-to Nightfall primary for the longest time because it's so good at really far ranges. If you don't have explosive payload and you're trying to shoot an acolyte from across the map, it's going to take like 6 shots to kill, like a ridiculously large amount. But explosive payload makes it a 2-shot kill. So in a Nightfall scenario where normally killing those guys very far away, and you're often purposely staying very far away from enemies because they one-shot you, right? Well, this weapon is capable of killing them way more efficiently than really any other hand cannon out there, and you're also getting the bonuses of Demolitionist. As for a replacement for this weapon, there's nothing that comes close. Honestly, I really hope that Bungie experiments with these right column perks moving over to the left column, because we got some fantastic combinations. Unfortunately, now you're really gonna have to pick between demo or explosive payload. You can't get them both. However, there are still some fantastically powerful PvE hand cannons out there, such as the Dire Promise PvE roll with Swashbuckler and Overload. And then, of course, you also have the Raid hand cannon as well, which can get a ridiculous magazine size, and it can also get Rampage. But it's time to move on to the last weapon we're looking at today, and that is the Perfect Paradox Kinetic Shotgun. Oh my goodness! This thing is powerful. This thing is still in the running for the best PvE shotgun in the game. And here's why. Well, firstly, again, it gets that demo in the left slot, and then it can also get Trench Barrel. So Trench Barrel is going to be the easiest way to just massively increase the damage output of a shotgun. If you get a melee hit, it does 50% more damage for each shot for the next 3 shots. And if you're right next to the enemy, you can go melee, shoot, 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 melee, shoot, 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 and just keep going. The increase in damage is really, really phenomenal. And unlike something like Rampage, where you're getting kills to get that damage bonus, Trench Barrel can work against those big boss enemies when there's no adds around. But also Demolitionist. It's important to say that the Demolitionist, throw your grenade, get your magazine back, it's useful and it's nice for some of the other weapons we looked at in the video, like the Breachlight, like the Old Fashioned. But on a shotgun with Trench Barrel, it's insane, because you have 8 fully automatic rounds with damage boosted from Trench Barrel, and then instead of reloading 1 shell at a time, you chuck your grenade at the feet of the boss, or at a bunch of adds or whatever, or just throw it off in the distance, and you instantly get all 8 rounds back. So this is basically 16 rounds in a magazine, if I'm being honest, which is just absurd. However, even with all that absurdity, there is a replacement in the form of the Heritage Deepstone Crypt Raid Shotgun. Thankfully, that's also a kinetic shotgun, and that weapon can get that reconstruction perk to go up to, 12, 14 rounds in a magazine without having to throw the grenade, just waiting a little bit of time. And the utter god roll in terms of damage output is that you get Assault Mag for faster rate of fire, and then you also get Recombination for 1 higher than normal damaging shot after getting a bunch of energy weapon kills. However, if you're willing to give up like 1 shot of extra damage, by the way, like that's nowhere near as much as Trench Barrel. If the Heritage had Trench, it would break the darn game. But if you're willing to give that up, you can actually go with Thresh, which is going to give you more super energy when you get kills. And that's kind of like Demolitionist, except for instead of grenade energy, you're getting super energy. And I think that's a better overall PvE roll. You're giving up some extra damage from recombination, but you're gaining a more consistent benefit when you're using it in a wider variety of activities. And so guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed this look at some of the best and most iconic PvE weapons in the history of Destiny 2 that are unfortunately going to stay in your vault for the next couple years. Guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed, found this informative, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.